everyone, and welcome back to Kindness Wins Games, where we are playing Cities Skylines. And we are back in the city of Peach Trees, where we are just about to cross the 10,000 population threshold. And after we get there and check out some of our rewards, we're going to talk a little bit about what we're trying to accomplish today, and then we will get into it. All right, here it is. Small city, reach a population of 10,000. So this is exciting. We're 1/5 of the way to our overall objective of 50,000. I'm not going to read through everything that we've unlocked here, but we have some new policies. We have some new roads, monorail action going on here. We've got our train station, our cargo train terminal. These are things that we will need, I think, for our 15,000 squares of organic produce. Yoga garden, one of my favorite assets. All right, so let's talk about what we are trying to accomplish today. We have 5 things that I want to kind of keep top of mind. Here, let's, while we're talking about this, let's monitor our fire situation here. Oh, they're good. They're good to go. So first, we want to build a university. I realized that I encouraged this education boost policy here in Eastside, and one of the things that this does is obviously, oh whoops, I just deactivated it, sorry about that. So it prioritizes education over working for young adults and increases the budget. These are things that I believe help with high schools and elementary schools, but in addition to directing your young adults to the university. So since we don't have one at the city, I'm presuming that people are either going right to work or they're getting on the highway and they are going out of town for school. So we want to install a university. We want to provide better park coverage. So if we look right now, let's see what we're working with here. So we have tremendous park coverage in the center part of our city, but you can see that all along the perimeter, our citizens are starved of leisure activities. So we want to provide some parks here on the outsides. We'll do that fairly early on here today. Third, I want to set up a bike network for our beachside residents here. I want to bring in some of these bike path two-lane roads with bicycle lanes, and then I want to activate the encourage biking policy. We are going to rebuild the city highway connection here, and I will clean up all of these ridiculous palm trees here, make this look a little bit tidier. And finally, we want to continue cleaning up our pollution, and in particular, look at this nastiness happening over here. We're just dumping raw sewage right into the ocean along our beach. So those are some of the things that we are trying to do today. I have a cup of coffee here, and my plan is to just sort of meander my way to achieving these goals here today. Let's get into it. First, let's build a university. This seems like an excellent spot, and we will go ahead and put this down along Wilson Street. That way we don't have too much traffic build up here on Lilac Avenue. So no. Okay, it won't fit. No problem. We will find another location. How about right over here? Maybe what we do is something like this. All right. Here's my proposed solution. We are going to evict the owners of Busy Corner Shop, Organic Foods, Drugstore 2.0, and Organic Foods. And we're going to build our university right here. We're also going to need Drugstore 2.0, M&H Clothing. Looks like we're going to have to take down this whole area here, I would imagine. So let's go ahead and do that. Folks, you need to leave. Andy's Bowling Alley. Andy is reluctant to evacuate his place. He has a prime location here. Oh, okay, there we go. So, all right, this will fit here, but it looks like we will need to remove 2 more structures. These happen to be homes. I'm sorry, folks. Let's see who this is. the Evergreen Residence Evergreens. We will provide a housing solution for you in just a moment. And the Moors. All right, Moors. Goodbye. And let us imagine that we are providing a solution for these families who we've asked to leave. And we are going to send them all the way over here to the beach side of town. And how about we play it safe here? That'll be fine. All right, so placing our university, we're going to put this right on Wilson Street. And now, oh, there we go. And now our eligible post-secondary students will attend our local university, hopefully. Let's see, let's check in on that. Yeah, so we've got 3,117 eligible students, capacity of 4,500, so this should be much better here. We already have 36 students enrolled, and that number is rising. Perfect. All right. Objective 1, complete. Now, on to providing full park coverage here. I think one of the things I want to do is create some more space for us to work with here. So I actually don't know how to tell how many areas we have available to purchase. I suppose we will find out by making the purchases. So let's start with this one. Okay. Well, that should work for us. Let's do this. I am going to... Sorry for my inconsistency here. I know sometimes I like to relocate families in a way that's a little bit more organized, but here we are just going to demolish their homes. And I want to make a connection between these two roads here. So let's pull this out. Yeah, same deal for those families. Sorry, folks. And in keeping with our strategy of not being overly concerned with everything, we are just going to use this slope tool here. And then bring this up to here. Come on. Okay. There we go. That looks pretty good. Let's try that. All right. And then here, let's put in a couple of... Maybe we should do a little bit of grading before we build these roads. This might be a little tricky with these houses here. So we'll just do the best we... Whoops. Whoopsie daisies. All right, we'll just do the best we can here. We'll kind of bring this up a little bit. And then I guess what we'll do is just try to even this out as best we can. We'll use this soften terrain tool here. Okay, will this make things better? We will find out. Doesn't look all that great, does it? It's all right, we'll go with it. All right, so we want to... Actually, you know what? Let's eliminate that road, and we will use one of these really big parks. The park with trees, yeah. I like this asset. See, the slope is too steep there, huh? Okay. So we've created this kind of ridge line here, which... Maybe that's a little ridiculous. Or maybe it's fine. Okay, let's try this now. Space already occupied. Slope too steep. Really? Okay. I see. Oh. Bring this up even more, I suppose. Okay. I am embarrassed that I can't make this work here. However, I'm not giving up. I see that I've eliminated a road here. I'm causing all kinds of destruction for these families. My apologies, citizens of peach trees. Let us return the zoning as it was. Actually, we need this to be available. So, all right, let's try to be a little bit more strategic here. I think what we should do is allow this to be kind of a ridge line behind these homes, and then focus on, instead of trying to create like a smooth slope, let's focus on just creating a level pad down here. So we will select this level by right-clicking here with our level terrain tool. And then I'm going to make this a bigger brush, and let's go ahead and expand this out. Okay, so this should absolutely work now that we have this level pad. In terms of road layout, you know, this is a little bit, well, inappropriate to say the least. I guess, you know what, let's put our slope tool to the practice, or put our slope tool to the test. Let's see. So if we wait. Am I not using this properly? I don't think I'm using that properly. Hold on, let's read this. Create a slope on the terrain from the current height to the desired height. Oh. Do I have to, like... Okay, so it's working for this little spot here, which is nice. And I think what we need to do is maybe just kind of fill this in a little bit. I wonder if that'll do the trick. Let's see. I don't fully understand. Okay, so I guess the slope tool just doesn't really like when we have a road there. But that looks pretty reasonable. All right, let's make a road. Yeah, that's nice. And then we'll connect it over here. Kind of a wide arc there, but that's fine. This is coming together nicely. Let's go ahead and make a... here, you know what? Let's do it this way. There we go. And then we'll kind of run parallel to this ridge. And we may even want to do something kind of fancy here, and you know, maybe we ask the Chesters to move to a different location and install some kind of walking path here, or a biking path. All right, look at that. Finally. I think because of the lack of connectivity here, this didn't make that big of a difference. And I kind of want to put this to the test. If we make a connection here, will these homes have a higher benefit? Let's find out. Did that change anything? Not really. Not really. So maybe we leave that as it was. And you know what? While we're at it, I had mentioned having a walking path here. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Now folks can walk over to our new park rather than having to drive. And I see no reason why this cannot remain. Okay. And at this point, I am sort of indiscriminately kicking people out of their homes to bring in some parks and plazas. But that is how it's going to be right now. Yeah, and as we build more parks, we can continue to hear that sort of like ka-ching sound. And that's those houses leveling up as a result of their land value increasing. All right, what can we do here? We have a lot of space in this area that we could utilize. Maybe what we could do is something like this. All right, and how about one more right over here? If I am triggering anybody by destroying these homes, I sincerely apologize. But at this point in this Peach Trees playthrough, I'm kind of eager to make some more significant progress, so I don't mind changing up how I might normally do things for the sake of achieving objectives. Okay, we have a large playground right there. I don't want to put a small playground here. I would like to have something other than a dog park, though. How about just one of these plazas with trees? That'll be nice right here. I usually use these for like industrial and commercial zones, but I see no reason why it wouldn't be appropriate to have like a little picnic area nearby. You know, if you live in one of these homes, you might imagine this being a spot that you go to like on the weekend, in the afternoon, after work, things like that. Oh, and look at that, already in use here by our citizens. Excellent. Okay. So now how's our coverage on parks after introducing several more? Yeah, so you can see this is a lot. There's a lot more blue on the map. We still have a need over here and maybe one more here. So let's put down 2 more, and then we'll turn our attention to some other problems. I don't think we can fit a park now. Oh, wait. Can we? Is it worth it? Maybe so. Okay, there we go. That's improving. And let's see. We can leave that there. And we said we wanted one over in this area, right? I think what we'll do is just, in keeping with our theme so far today, we'll just destroy a couple of these homes. Maybe we put something here, actually. Oh, you know what? I have kind of a neat vision for this space here. Maybe we... Okay, let me try something. I did not mean to place that basketball court right there. But since I placed it down, let's go ahead and relocate it to another spot. How about over here? I'm trying to find a spot that destroys the fewest amount of buildings, but pretty much wherever I put this, I'm destroying at least 3 or 4 structures. Here we go. This one's only 3. Let's put it right there. Okay, so yeah, I mistakenly put that basketball court down. We wanted it to be a plaza. And let's make it one of these nice plazas with picnic tables right here. Okay, we'll come in and allow housing here and here. And then we wanted to finish this connection. Okay. Does this look like the most beautiful thing ever? No, it does not. But that is okay. Actually, let's go ahead and keep these the way they were. And we will do a little bit of detailing here. All right, let's imagine that we are a university student for a moment. How might it feel to attend this university? Plenty of shaded areas. This plaza with tables might be a nice amenity here. Located in kind of a residential neighborhood, so most likely a fairly quiet place to come and study and learn new skills. I like it. Okay, so let's stay focused on our objectives for today. So we've built our university. We have tremendously improved our access to parks and plazas. In fact, let's take a look at that objective here. Goals. Here we go. Construct 10 different parks. Okay, we are one away. Let's go ahead and complete this mission here. And here's what I'm thinking. Let's put something right here. And you know what? If we're going to do it, let's go ahead and do it, huh? We'll remove zoning from this whole area. And we will go ahead and clear it. And let's see, is that enough? Yes, it is. So right when you walk in or drive into the city, there's this massive park here, just to your left. I love it. And we could even maintain some commercial spots here. All right, excellent. Let's see. Did they give us that achievement? Well, I believe that was the 10th one, but it doesn't appear to have registered. Let's double check here for a second. All right, Parks and Plazas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I count 15 on the map here. I wonder what's going on with this. Construct 10. Oh, look at this. 10 different parks and plazas. Ah, I understand. All right, well, I'm sure that we will achieve that. No, what am I saying? Let's just figure out what we need to do here. So we have a regular park. We have one of these park plazas with trees. I know that we've used the small playground and the large playground. We've used a carousel. We have not built a botanical garden or a bouncy castle park. How about a bouncy castle park right here? Excellent. Amazing. Your citizens can now enjoy the many parks and plazas in the city. You have gained 10,000 money. Fantastic. All right, so we are well on our way to achieving our overall objectives. I think next up for today, what I'd like to do is spend a few minutes bringing in some more residential zoning. That way we can address some of these equilibrium challenges that we're having with our workers. And once we finish doing that, I think at that point we will encourage biking over here on the beach side. All right, so jumping into that, I think this area will be high residential zoning, and we can start things off right over here with this little loop that we've built. We're about to run out of electricity, so we will add a few more of these wind turbines here to our wind farm. I suspect that the buildings that are built on these aggressive hills are maybe not going to look the best, but that is all right. All right, so to meet the demand or the incoming demand of high density commercial, we are going to build a road right around here. Let me be a little bit more careful this time around. Now, I think we do want it to kind of match what's happening here. Okay, and we'll make a couple of connections here. Leave that for now. And that should help out some of our meter demands here. And let us follow through with our bike lanes here in this part of town. Oh man, look at this. This is a raging fire here. Our Peach Trees fire department is on the job, but this might be quite a lot for them to handle on their own. In fact, let's go ahead and bring in, we'll install it over here in our sort of public works area. Let's bring in a fire helicopter depot. And we'll put that right here. All right, so these helicopters are immediately going into action here. Let's kind of follow them as best we can. Look at that raging fire right there at the north of our city. So here we go. We have our fire helicopters are going to pick up sewage infested waters. That's not the right word, but you know what I'm saying here. Look at this. They are going directly into the peach trees poop. And so this is a perfect example of some of the problems you might run into if you're dumping sewage directly into the ocean when your local fire helicopters go to collect water. They are going to collect some poop and just drop it directly onto city property or onto your citizens' property. Fantastic. Wow. All right, well, we will leave them to it, and in the meantime, let's figure out this bike network. Okay, so we have an extensive bike network here in Peach Trees. And it's in some ways it kind of starts. It's one big loop, but let's just say that we're starting here at kind of the top of Harvey Street. This bike network goes all the way around. Let's follow this. Make sure that it's all connected properly. Past the forest fire. Yeah, and it goes right around east side, and then it connects to this lovely park here. This, I think, would be a blast to ride along here. And this kind of, well, maybe not a blast going up, but going down, that'd be fun. Maybe a little dangerous too. Oh, look at this! I didn't even notice that the game made this a bridge. That looks pretty cool. Goes all the way up through this east side neighborhood and part of town. And then it connects right into our industry area, so people can bike to work if they want to. And I even upgrade a lot of some of our 4-lane roads along the main drag here to connect with this bike network. So you can see it goes through here, and then we have this that connects, and then over here through kind of the town center and all the way to the end of the beach side. Okay, so that is excellent. Now, because the bike lanes extend so far and wide, let's go ahead and just make this a city-wide policy for, what is it in city planning? Yeah, encourage biking. So when this policy is active, most citizens will prefer bicycles over motor vehicles. Perfect. Okay, what's next? How about we rebuild this highway city connection here? In order to do this, I am going to start by deleting all of these trees. Okay, now let's go ahead and pause the game just so that we don't interrupt the connection to our city. I don't want our population to drop or people not to be able to get out and visit family, things like that. So I don't want to overcomplicate this. I know that there are all kinds of solutions for the entrance to your city. I am going to just do something that I'm kind of familiar with here. I'm going to start by extending this out a little bit so that there's not this intersection right when you enter the city. Back these up slightly. And I know that at some point I am going to build here, and I may want to have a roundabout that is much closer to this this interchange. So I think what we'll do is back this up all the way to here, and then let us build, whoops, I hit play by accident. Let us build a roundabout. Okay, that looks good. Okay, and then we will simply expand this, or extend this 4-lane road and connect it to our roundabout, and let's see how that functions. Seems to be working well for now. We will come back and check on it a little bit later. All right, next up, this is just an absurd problem. And, you know, normally if I'm playing on just a city that I'm kind of building from scratch, I don't even construct these water drain pipes. I like to just start off with either the eco drain pipes that kind of minimize the pollution in the water, if like I'm on a river map or something. And most of the time I actually just kind of like these inland water treatment plants. It makes it so that you can just connect all of your pollution causing structures and sort of like isolate them in one area. And I think, oh, look at this. Speaking of pollution, one of our landfills is finished emptying. Let's go ahead and just destroy that structure and begin emptying our next landfill. Wonderful. Let's check on our garbage processing. We're still doing okay there. I did notice earlier that there were a couple of places that had the trash can icon above it, but I think that might just be an issue with how long it takes our recycling and trash collectors to make their way through the city. So we won't worry too much about that right now. Back to these. How about we transition to using these eco-inland water treatment plants? We've got plenty of money. These cost quite a bit per week, and we are going to need, I think, twice as many as you would for the inland water treatment plant. Is that right? Let's see. This drain capacity is 120,000 cubic meters per week. This is, yeah, 60,000 cubic meters per week. So we do need more of them. However, I think that the reduced pollution is worth that price. So how about we extend this area a little bit? This feels somewhat consistent with how the city has been set up so far, in that, you know, it's not extremely organized. All right. You know what? Maybe we actually leave this in this kind of open format, because a lot of these structures are pretty big. So we will go ahead and leave that. Or better yet, you know what we'll do? We'll make a connection like this. Let's put on road guidelines here. And then we can also upgrade these. Okay, we can put our water treatment plants like on either side of this road, like this. I want to line these up as best as possible, because you can see this, the terrain is, there's some elevation here, so it's not wanting to be placed cleanly. Oh, there we go. Okay, and now we connect our pipes. There we go. And we can go ahead and eliminate these. And let's make sure that we have plenty of drainage still. Yeah, we're doing great with sewage treatment. And this is great. So now our beach ecosystem can begin rehabilitating itself. In reality, there would absolutely be efforts to clean this pollution. And, you know, in the game, we have these floating garbage collectors, and this does help significantly with water pollution, but it's not unlocked yet. We need, 4,000 more citizens. So that's okay. We will let the Earth heal herself in this case. All right. Equilibrium problems. I am getting tired of seeing all of these abandoned building icons and these not enough worker icons. So let us spend a little bit more time building out this part of our city. We're calling this north and this south. So this northern Peachtree's Beach East Side neighborhood. So let's get into that now. I want to make sure that we're not letting our services coverage fall short while we're expanding our city. So let's just double check everything really quickly. And where there's a need, we'll just kind of place down the buildings. I think this would be a good time to emphasize my current mindset when I am playing cities here. Normally, I obsess over road placement and building placement, and I try to make everything look nice and even and square. And if I'm making curves, then I try to line up the curves perfectly. Peachtree's, this scenario has encouraged me to just enjoy the game in a different way. And to be a little bit less concerned about the perfection of things and more concerned with the overall objectives. You know what, this would be a lovely spot for some sort of central service. So let's do this here. How about we, especially now that we have a university, can set up a few offices around here. Although offices are going to grow very tall. Unless we do a high-rise band, so I don't want them next to this botanical garden. In fact, we should do some low-density residential here. Okay, double check our water coverage. No, we need water here. I gotta say, this is a lot of fun. Not just making the videos, but also playing this scenario and doing so in this way. It's just been a relaxing experience. Really enjoyed it so far. What else do we need over here? Looks like we're good on schools. Public transportation is something we haven't looked at all yet. Maybe we'll save that for next episode. Let me make a note of that. Panda Sanctuary. Wow. How do we unlock these? 10,000 squares of industrial zone. Oh, okay. They're all different achievements. That's cool. Okay. I'm excited to get to those. Oh, look at this. Fountain of Life and Death. We've got a friendly neighborhood park. Our park coverage is excellent right here, so we don't really need to put that in this space, but I am going to reserve this as a space for something special, and we will know what that is when we get there. Okay, how's traffic doing? The roundabout seems fine. This little intersection is kind of busy. It does make sense to me to have a light there, so we will keep it. This maybe could just be a stop sign. We'll leave a light there. By the way, I know that this is a brand new YouTube channel, and the likelihood of many people watching this video is low. However, if there are any traffic experts watching, any road hierarchy experts, drop your knowledge. I am excited to learn more about how to create an effective traffic flow in my cities, and more importantly, like exactly when it's appropriate to do signalized intersections versus the stop signs, I would love to learn more about that. Like, this to me makes sense because this is kind of the main road here, but even, like, look at that. Like, these cars are clipping into one another. Like, if we make it a signal, does that make it better? It kind of does. Let's leave that. Okay, cool. So I'm feeling like I'm meandering a little bit away from my goals. So let's quickly revisit them. We have been battling pollution throughout the episode. We built our library. We provided much more park coverage. We have bike lanes set up, and we rebuilt our city highway connection. It looks like we've achieved everything, but I am not feeling satisfied with this episode just yet. Maybe we should start taking steps toward this goal, 15,000 squares of organic and local produce. And you know what we can do? Let's do a test. Let's do a test. I want to see whether zoning the organic and local produce will make it so that we have more like shipping trucks coming into town. So let's do an experiment here for a moment. We are going to create an offshoot here. This is probably temporary, so I'm not going to worry too much about how it looks or feels. We're just trying something out. And in order for this experiment to work, we will need to bring water here. But again, this is temporary, so we don't need to stress too much about it. So there's water. We will also need to bring in electricity. So do that now. And here's what I want to do. Let's do all commercial zoning here. I'm going to pause it because we want to set it to, whoops, there we go. Organic and local produce here. So let's hit play on this. And then cozy square. Okay. Let's see what happens here. We have some buildings coming in. Oh, what did I do? I did the wrong thing. Look at this. Game hall, the Lion and the Pint Pub, Pampering Beauty Salon. I was like, what the heck is going on? I selected leisure specialization. My fault. Organic and local produce instead. Sorry, folks. All these people were so excited to get their dreams off the ground, but no. This is more like it. We've got Green Market, Mom's Sprouts, Green Market, Edison Shop. Wonderful. So what we're experimenting on right now is we're trying to see if these structures are stocked using produce that is coming from outside the city. Because if that is the case, we really do want to prioritize this farming area over here. And I think that might be our top priority for next time. I believe that was just a customer coming in. Let's see, who's this? Going to Mom's Sprouts. Yeah, so they're just a customer. So far, we have not seen any delivery trucks. Perhaps I am mistaken about the mechanics of this. Oh, wait, here we go. What is this? Tractor. Importing agricultural products to Mom's Sprouts. Okay, so that does happen. But now, like, let's see to what frequency. Farm truck. A tractor. So now they're starting to come with a little bit more frequency. Yeah, here we go. Tractor. Okay. Now, it appears that it does work the way that I thought, at least to some extent. But quite frankly, I kind of expected there to be sort of a flood of tractors. And we are seeing some, but not so much that it's causing any kind of backups or anything like that. I'm also curious, just with this little section here, this cozy square, How many squares of organic and local produce have we created? Let's see. 381. Okay, so wow, we are going to need quite a lot. Since this appears to be functioning relatively well, maybe we should leave this, and then we can like convert it later on to be a little bit more integrated. You know, maybe we like remove this roundabout connection, connect it to this part of the city instead. No, it was an experiment, and it shall remain an experiment. Goodbye. Okay, it is done. Goodbye, Cozy Square. Since we have added on so much to our neighborhoods, let's go ahead and expand our districting. Here we go. And you can see here that we have quite a lot of traffic building up at our city highway connection. I'm not overly concerned about that, especially since we know that this build is, you know, this is temporary. We're simply getting to these objectives, and then that'll be it. Unless we love peach trees, in which case maybe we will do some improving. You know, I have an idea for how we can make this a little bit better. Let's give people a couple of options on our roundabout. Let's see if that helps any. I'm never sure how long it takes for the game to sort of like catch up to the new roads that you've built. However, we can see that just with that little bit of time that passed, this backup has cleared out. So maybe it was simply because of the residential zoning that we brought in. All right, we have a few too many trash can symbols appearing here. So let's go ahead and either raise our budget. Since it's already at 115, let's go ahead and introduce or build another recycling center here. I'm inspired to build a highway that tunnels through this mountain and comes out right here. I think that that'll help tremendously with some of our trash issues. Let's do it. Right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to build the highway to here, and then let's activate our straight line and go down into the mountain. Oh, wait a second. That's weird. Let's try again. Okay, maybe what we do is like just a little bit at a time. So we have that tunnel starting there, and then we should be able to oh, wrong button, sorry. Slope too steep? Do I have to like keep... I kind of expected tunneling through this to be fairly straightforward. But no. Okay, what happens if we... What happens if we do something like this? Alright, so there's a tunnel there. And now that I have like an entrance and an exit, can I just connect them up? Slope too steep. So what's that doing? Is it like rising and falling through this? I guess it is. That's weird. I guess I would kind of expect it to, or I want it to like stay on the same level regardless of the terrain height at the top. I don't know. Slope too steep. Slope too steep. But like, why? I want to just go right through. Okay, I had a vision to tunnel through this mountain, but it doesn't appear to be working out, and at the moment I don't have the time to continue experimenting, so we will just go up and over. That slope is insane. I know there's a ton of stuff that I'm doing in this game that isn't realistic, but I cannot stand by that. So let me see if we can make this a little smoother. All right, let's try that. Yeah, that seems a lot better. I mean, it's still a very intense slope, but that is better. And we didn't want a one-way, we wanted a two-way highway. Let's upgrade this. Okay, excellent. Let's see how that impacts our city. What kind of vehicles use the road. Yeah, so we could see the recycling and trash trucks using it immediately. There we go. That's looking better. Okay, we have way fewer abandoned structures. We still have some, though. And we have a couple of places who don't have enough educated workers. Yes, look at this. Our last landfill has emptied. Goodbye. And now, if we compare like what this looked like when we first got to peach trees versus now, I mean, there's just significantly less pollution. But I think we could still do better. For instance, we have this sneaky coal power plant that I didn't even realize was running. And we have plenty of funds. Let's go ahead and build another geothermal plant. Or maybe even a solar updraft tower? $90,000, 90,000 money, and a very high upkeep cost. I think for now, another geothermal power plant makes a lot of sense, and we can put this right here next to our helipad. Cool. I kind of like when the geothermal plant makes an indent like this. I don't know. There's something about that that seems, I guess, like realistic to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I really don't know anything. Okay, I am really happy with this. I feel like we are in a much better spot than we were at the start of this episode. A reminder of what we accomplished today. We started all the way over here with this university, and we have 883 students enrolled. That's wonderful. We provided many more parks and plazas for our citizens. We can see here we've got tremendous coverage at this point. I mean, pretty much anywhere you live in this city, you're going to find a spot to go in and spend some time. We created an extensive bike network, and actually, to that end, let's see how it's being used. Yeah, we're seeing quite a few cyclists over here. How about one of these 4-lane roads? Do we have cyclists using them? Oh, yeah, look at this. Wow. Oh my gosh, I love seeing the big clusters of people. My sister is a cyclist. She loves going out for bike rides and talks constantly about how she wishes there were more bike lanes around. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to install them here in Peach Trees. Shout out to Megan. Let's see, what else did we do today? We rebuilt our highway city connection. I think that this looks a lot nicer. And quite frankly, I would love to have a roundabout right at the start of my city, the entrance of my city, make it so that I can choose whether I'm going straight home, if I live over in Beachside, or even East Side, or if I want to, head kind of to the town center and visit the library, or maybe a patient in the hospital. That's a little gloomy. Anyways. And then finally, we continued to clean up our pollution. And to that end, I almost forgot about this. We installed that geothermal power plant just so that we could do this. Yeah, there we go. So I think what I would like to do to conclude this episode is just let this run for a few minutes and enjoy our city and see if we can end up in a spot where we don't have any abandoned structures. Here we go. This is kind of a cool view from the top of the highway at this wind farm overlooking the city. So we can see that as a cyclist, especially, there are a lot of these signalized intersections that are kind of interrupting the ride. And I'd imagine that's even more frustrating for the drivers. Oh, look at this. We just had a Steam achievement. Unexpected. We'll check that out in a little bit. I think I want to go through here, though, and change these signals to stop signs in a lot of these roads. Yeah, so now this whole boulevard all the way to the town center is stop signs rather than light signals. And this will allow both motor traffic and cyclists to much more smoothly make their way through this main corridor. Uh-oh. Massive problem here with sewage. What is happening? Our sewage treatment is not sufficing. Can I conjugate the word like that? Okay. Let's install another eco treatment plant here. And check back in. I'm so sorry, citizens of Peach Trees East Side. Let's see if this clears up. There we go. Okay, and we are at a population of 15,000. Our next milestone is Big City at 16,000. So we will hit that fairly quickly at the start of next episode. It looks like we were not able to completely eliminate some of these abandoned structures. We do have a pretty good equilibrium here. You can see our meters are, well, we have significant industrial demand at this point, but it's much better than it was at the start of this. So we will call it there for now. Thank you everyone for joining me for episode 3 of Peach Trees. And I am excited to get into some of the stuff that we're going to explore next time. And I will see you then.